Hey YouTube, it's Pastor Dwayne here. So today we're going to do a Bible review, but this isn't going to be a regular review. Today we're going to be doing a crash test on one that I've owned for about 2.5 years now. So I've had this Bible, the Thomas Nelson Single Column Reference New King James Goatskin Premier Bible. That is a mouthful. And I have been using this just about every day for the last 2.5 years. And so what I want to do is compare this with the exact same Bible that's brand new. So once we're done with the review, I'm going to do a giveaway. It's kind of like a late celebration for reaching 1,000 subscribers. So I want to thank you all again for your commitment to the channel and for watching the content. So at the end, there's going to be some instructions on how to enter the giveaway. Let's take a look and see what the differences are. All right, so here we go. We have the brand new one on the left and we have the old one on the right. Again, I have used this for 2.5 years every single day. Been preaching through Revelation lately, been taking it to Bible studies. We've been going through Romans. It's been on my nightstand. It's been in the car at minus 30 degrees in the cold, harsh Canadian winter. And then it's also been in the car and left overnight during the crazy, humid Canadian summers, plus 30 degrees Celsius, which I think is somewhere around 100 Fahrenheit. It's hot. It's hot. You know how hot it gets in those cars too. So if you are into premium Bibles and that kind of stuff, you know that the gilding is like the first thing to go. It just it looks really nice when you buy it, but it doesn't take long to fade. This is faded, a fair amount, but I mean, it's still got a shine to it. You can still see the red through it, but it's definitely been dinged up a little bit. So now let's get the new one out. Okay, now this usually comes wrapped in black paper, but I set it aside and I think I misplaced it. So let's go ahead and take that. Now we don't need the box anymore because nobody ever buys a Bible for the box, right? Get out of here. So let's compare the old one with the new one. So here we have the brand new one here on the bottom and the old one on the top there. You can see the difference there in the gilding, right? I'll just kind of give you the tour all around, right? You can see all the scratches, the imperfections, and the fadings there, right? That's just how it goes. But for 2.5 years in the conditions I've just stated, that's still pretty good. And let's go ahead and take a look at the spine there, right? I mean, they look almost the same besides a few little things, a few little spots on the bottom. It's almost impossible to tell which one's brand new and which one isn't based on this. I've got to keep track of where the new one is, right? Right here. That's the new guy right there. The old guy. You can see the new one with the ribbons out. So let's go ahead and flip open to the inside here. You can see the gilding around it is totally clear, and here on the old one you can see where it has sort of worn off due to use, where my hand usually goes when flipping it over, right down at the corner too, right? That's a common place to flip your Bibles open. And the back side as well, again, same thing, not as faded on the back, but you can see, I'll just hold that up right close there so you can see the old one on the left and on the right the new one. Okay, so again, after 2.5 years, really not that bad. Now, I think where the most wear and tear would be seen is on the old one. Let me just see if I can get this angle right here. So you see the jagginess here along the edge of the book. Those are caused by the signatures. And when Bibles are put together, they have a bunch of pages. They sort of fold them over, and they'll be in batches of like 16 or 32 pages, and then they just stack them all on top of each other and until you get the whole block. And that's what you're seeing here, those individual signatures. Now, some of them have started to come loose a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see where they've kind of lifted out from the batch a little bit more than usual. Maybe if I flip the angle there, you can see, yeah, right there, right toward the end, right there. You can see that's coming just a little bit loose, and that's going to be toward the New Testament in the book of Revelation and Romans, where we're currently working quite a bit in there. So we're constantly flipping the book over to those pages. Of course, it's going to be a little bit looser. Of course, when you compare the new one, okay, looking at that, you'll see that the signatures are all tightly bound together, and that's because, of course, nothing's been broken in or used. The last thing we want to look at here in comparing these volumes, okay, is we want to take a look at the ribbons, right? How do the ribbons hold up over 2 years? And you know what? You're probably not going to be terribly surprised. The ribbons have held up very nicely. Take a quick look at that. You can barely tell the difference. The one here is the old one. This is the new one. and you can just barely make out. Let me see if I can get that right close there. You can just barely make out. There's a tiny bit of fraying on there, but because it's black, you can't see it. So let's take a look at the red ribbon. And again, let me get that right close. So this is the old one. You can see the ribbon there. I'll get that right up there. You can see it tiny. It's just barely noticeable. If you hold them together, you wouldn't be able to tell which one's new and which one's not, except for maybe this little mark that I put on there with a marker by accident. That happens, right? So some aspects of it you can barely tell, and some you can. The other thing that you're going to notice, of course, I've highlighted a number of places in here, and the new Bible is not going to have any highlights in the pages at all. So that's an example of a Bible comparison right beside each other, a 2.5-year-old Bible versus a brand new one. And to be honest, I'm quite surprised at how well this one has held together. Now, of course, it's not looking brand new or anything like that, but for a book that has been used and abused like this one, it's amazing that it's still holding together. So would I recommend this Bible? Absolutely. Thomas Nelson's Premier Collection is a really good value. I know it's made in China, so some of you may be turned away by that. But for 2.5 years, and it's still going strong, a number of places you can barely tell that there were any real hints of use. I think it'd be worthwhile to purchase yourself a copy of this if you like to have Bibles last a long time. This would certainly outdo a lot of the faux leathers and a lot of the bonded leather Bibles out there. Oh, right. I almost forgot. We are going to be doing a giveaway. That's right. This brand new Goatskin single column reference New King James Version Bible, this premiere that Thomas Nelson sent me, is going to be up for giveaway. So if you want to enter this giveaway, here's how you do it. One is you have to be either American or Canadian. I apologize to those who are not, who may be abroad. It gets a little bit expensive to ship. I'm sure you understand that. So if you are American or Canadian, here's how you enter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and then leave a comment telling me whether you subscribed after seeing this or whether you were already a subscriber, and then tell me if you think that it has held up well over the last 2.5 years. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and then in about a week or so, I'm going to randomly select a comment, and whoever's comment I selected will be the winner, and I will reach out to you and we'll get that shipped off to your location. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I hope you liked this Bible review, a little bit of a different format. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you around.